in the water droplet. That's pretty much that section. But make sure you have all that. So violet light refracts more than red light. For example, let me back up. Violet light refracts more than red light because it has a higher frequency, which makes it slow down more in the water droplet. Something like that. So for these first two sentences, let me do two at once here. It could be, the sunlight, when it enters the rain droplets in the sky, it disperses into all the colors of the rainbow. The color that refracts the most is violet because it has the highest frequency, which makes it slow down the most in water. I'll do that again, different version. Something like, when sunlight hits water droplets in the sky, a dispersion takes place, or the light is dispersed. Violet light, which has the highest frequency, refracts the most. That's because it slows down the most in the water droplet. Something like that. Then just mention that there's reflection on the back side or the other side of the water droplet. And then there's refraction. So then the rays of light refract out of the droplet back into the air. Then state why we see red on top, which our picture totally shows. So you could just state, we see red on top in a rainbow because red comes from the higher water droplets in the sky. We see violet lower in the rainbow because violet comes from the lower raindrops in the sky. Okay, so for the rest of the video, I'll just state these points in paragraph form a few times so you get some ideas on how you can express yourself. So here's one. When there is sunlight striking rain droplets in the sky, comma, dispersion takes place. That's where the light separates into all different colors based on their frequency. Higher frequencies refract the most, so violet refracts the most. And that's because it slows down the most in the water droplets. Then the light reflects off the back of the droplet and then refracts out of the droplet. We see red higher in the sky than violet in a rainbow because it comes from higher water droplets. Violet comes from lower water droplets in the sky. Yeah, here's another one. If there's water droplets in the sky and sunlight hits it, the sunlight disperses. The colors spread out. That's called dispersion. So I did repeat a couple words so that was the same thing, but why not? Okay, back to the paragraph. Then violet refracts the most because it has the highest frequency, which makes it slow down the most in water. Then reflection occurs on the back side of the water droplet. Then the light refracts out of the droplet. And we see red on top of violet in a rainbow because red comes from the higher water droplets and violet comes from the lower water droplets. At the end, you don't have to get into the specifics because you showed the specifics. All right, one more. How about when sunlight hits water droplets in the sky, the light disperses into all the colors of the rainbow, but violet refracts the most. It refracts the most because light with higher frequency slows down more in water. You'd probably say light with the highest frequency slows down the most in a new medium. That slows it down. Better yet, in the water droplet, because that's what we're talking about. All right, without any more breaks. Then the light reflects off the back of the droplet. And then the colors come out and refract into the air. So you can see the colors reflect, then the colors refract, and then we see red higher than violet in the rainbow because red comes from higher droplets, violet comes from lower droplets. Okay, I paused a few times even after I said I wouldn't, so one more time, one more version. And I think I'll read it off of another student's project. One sec. All right, so from last year, a student wrote, when sunlight strikes water droplets in the sky, the white light disperses. The colors that come out refract differently. Violet refracts more because it has a higher frequency, which makes it slow down more than all the other colors. Then in the droplets, the colors reflect off the back. Then they refract again out of the water droplet. And we see red higher in a rainbow because it comes from higher water droplets. Now the student stopped there. You could also say, and we see violet lower in the sky because it comes from lower water droplets. It's probably a good idea to say that too. All right, watch this video as much as you can. Get my assistance as much as you have time to do. And make sure you get your paragraph and and the geometry over here all checked off before you start the project. All right, good luck.